weird saying that, I'm not gonna lie. Hello, my name is Logan, and I've been creating content on primarily TikTok for the last 5 or 6 years, and I'm new to this platform. I'm brand spanking new to YouTube. If you haven't already followed me on TikTok and Instagram, go ahead and go do that. I just post funny, relatable Christian content, faith-based content. But with that said, on this channel, we get serious. I am wearing my favorite necklace ever right now. It is the Emily Bridges Armor of God necklace. It is so cute, and I feel like I wear it a lot. The topic of this video is, I wanted to call it the pros and cons of going viral. And that's coming from somebody who's gone viral multiple times in the last several years that I've been creating content. Primarily in 2020 is really popped off. I think I might do a separate video of me reacting to my most viral videos. I thought that would be really fun because I've made a lot of ridiculously silly, dumb, just unhinged TikToks that went viral, and I know that there's quite a few of you who might actually enjoy watching my raw reaction to my old viral videos. This video is about the pros and cons of going viral. And there's a lot of pros and there is a lot of cons. So at the end of this video, I would like to top it off with some scripture that has gotten me through my content creator life and experience. Without further ado, let's talk about my list. We got the cons first, and then we'll wrap it up on a positive note with the pros. Con number one would be staying relevant. This is huge because even celebrities can have die-hard fans, but not even celebrities can stay relevant. If you have a video go viral, congratulations. That is awesome and that's amazing. I feel like everyone is chasing virality. Everyone wants to have at least one good hit. Totally understandable. I know the feeling, the dopamine, the satisfaction, the validation of knowing that hundreds of thousands of people saw you and watched you. Your content is getting sent in the group chat and your coworkers are talking about you and your family and your loved ones, and it goes on and on and on. But that's more so the pros. The cons are the crash after going viral. This happened to me pretty hard. In 2020, I never quite got into the millions of views on every post, but certainly hundreds of thousands of likes and views. Had I known the power I had in my hands with creating content back then, my life would look completely different. That is gonna lead me to my next point. If you don't know what you're doing and you accidentally go viral, you could miss a huge opportunity to grow and to potentially create your own personal brand through it. I missed that. I didn't understand that. I went viral on accident. I had no intentions. I understood social media, and to this day I understand social media enough to the point where I know what works and I know how to get my audience's attention and people's attention in general. I know that's not something that comes naturally to everyone. With that said, staying relevant is difficult. You're gonna have a viral moment and maybe it's months or a year later, the likes decrease, the views decrease. You'll have a solid crew of supporters and legit fans who will continue to show up for you, but it's not the same as the first few viral videos. It's not the same as it was in the beginning, and a lot of content creators honestly just don't prepare themselves for that. Happens to literally everyone. Everyone experiences a slowdown of their content and the hype around their account or who they are as a person. It's completely normal. This is something I kind of had to learn the hard way. So I guess if you're somebody who is a content creator or you want to be a content creator and you're watching this right now, these are some good things to write down or just be mindful of. These are things that people just don't talk about when it comes to being a full-time content creator and all the things that go into it. I'm gonna hope that I can extract the background noise in these videos, but if not, that's okay. Just go with it. The fact that there's barking dogs, everyone's stomping and screaming and crying upstairs while I'm filming this. That's my life right now. It is what it is. I'm just not even gonna complain. I don't care. When you notice a slowdown in your content, reapproach your content from a different angle. Create the same or similar content that your audience is used to, but do it from a different perspective or point of view. Post something that your audience wouldn't be expecting. I think people love to be caught off guard and surprised. If you're good at getting people's attention, but then low-key switching it up on them, I don't know what it may be for you personally, honestly, but just think outside the box. Moving on to the next one, your friends, family, and coworkers kind of switch up on you. In 2020, I 100% experienced this, and it was tough. Obviously, I have friends and family who were 100% supportive and loved me through going viral, and they didn't take anything personally. They congratulated me, they laughed, they cried with me, they cheered me on, they commented, they liked, they shared, they genuinely supported me. And then there were some friends and coworkers that not so much. They got jealous, they got envious, they got quiet, they disappeared, they stopped talking to me. People will switch up on you, but the real ones stick around. Another con is you low-key become a slave to your niche. And I don't mean that in a bad way at all, especially if you really love what you post and create content about. But some people do feel trapped in their niche, and that's completely valid, and I've kind of experienced that. I had one post twice now, this has happened, and it's crazy, but the Q-tip video that I posted in 2020 popped off, and I gained 400,000 followers just from that one video. And then again, in 2025, I recreated the Q-tip video to celebrate its 5-year anniversary. It popped off, and I gained 20,000 followers. But it's like, I don't know, I'm running out of ideas of things to shove up my nose and mouth. Should I start shoving makeup brushes in my nose and mouth? Like food? I don't know. But it works, it hits the For You page, loves it. And I always get followers, always get the likes, it always goes viral. I don't know, the people love it, and it never fails me. I've since made 2 or 3 other videos that are similar to that one, just with different sounds and different letters, and those have also popped off. But again, I'm more than just a girl that shoves Q-tips up her nose. Anyway, so you become a slave to your niche. The next con of going viral is the hate comments / the loyal haters. So in 2020, when I was popping off, right, it was great, it was fun, fabulous, had a blast. Most of my videos were all super funny, but I at one point hit the anime keyboard warriors side of TikTok, and they all bullied me practically off of the internet. There were some days that I cried. My comments were just always awful, and it was like my whole comment section. I had people DMing me and telling me to unalive myself because I wasn't funny enough. Make it make sense, honestly. I don't even know how that's a thing. It doesn't matter if you're posting a soup recipe or your gym workouts or your faith, Jesus, whatever it may be. Be prepared for the haters. Don't take it personally, because 9 times out of 10, they are just some pathetic loser who has zero love for themselves, and they have nothing better to do other than troll complete strangers on the internet. Thank the haters, because while they hate you, they watch your whole video. There you go, views. They'll comment some nasty thing and wish death upon you. There you go, there's a comment, there's a boost. They may not like it, but they're pushing it to people who will like it. And so God bless your haters. Bless them. They're helping you win. But at the same time, don't let it get to you, because it doesn't matter. Moving on to my pros, and then we're gonna get back to the scripture, which is my favorite part. Pro number 1 of going viral is you're going viral. Congratulations, you're finally going viral. You're on the For You page. Everyone's sending your content in the group chat. Your coworkers are talking about you. Your family's talking about you. All the people you went to high school with, unfortunately, know that you're going viral too. Going viral is genuinely, it's a good feeling. It feels like the ultimate form of validation, knowing that hundreds of thousands saw something that you worked hard to think outside the box, to create, and you had the boldness and the nerve to post it. Pro number 2 is huge opportunities. Now, this only really happens if you go viral more than once. If you're consistently hitting the For You page and it just loves you, and people keep showing up, and you're creating the same or similar content, and it keeps working and it keeps hitting your audience the way it does, then you might have some brands or agencies reaching out to you in your DMs and or like an email in your bio. So I didn't understand any of these things back in 2020 when I popped off. But I had some insane offers that I forgot I had Dunkin'. This is the protein vanilla latte and it's actually pretty good. Anyway, there was a cut there because I ran out of storage, so I had to delete half of my TikTok drafts because there's 600. Anyway, moving on. Huge opportunities arise if you're consistently going viral. So if you can consistently go viral, people are going to be reaching out to you and wanting to work with you. Make sure you do your research on brand collaborations though, because there's a lot of scams out there. Don't fall for those. Let's see, potential freedom from your 9 to 5. Again, that's up there with the brand collaborations and deals. I love that this is aside from going viral, but I love that social media has the power to reach people who are so similar to you. This is why I like the idea of niching down, because it's so good to know that there's millions or hundreds of thousands of millions of people out there who can relate to you personally, whether that's your sense of humor, your faith in God, your hobbies, your goals, whatever it may be. I love that social media is a bunch of groups and communities of people who all think alike and have the same likes and hobbies and desires and faith. I love it. You just get to meet so many people who are so similar to you. I am more so than anything just an absolute goofball on my social media. Like I said, if you're watching my YouTube and you're chiming in on my YouTube, more than my shorts even, if you're watching my videos, you're getting to know the real raw Logan. All jokes aside, this is me, unfiltered. I have a lot of makeup on, but unfiltered personality and unfiltered. This is where we can get real. I feel like I'm always laughing and joking and creating funny content, which is 99% of my personality, but there's this whole other side of me that just lets us to get deep in conversation and have real life conversations like the one we're having right now. Loyal supporters, that's another pro, and it goes along with the whole you vibe with your tribe. Your tribe vibes with your vibe, with your tribe, your vibe, tribes, your vibe. And that made no sense. What is that one saying? Don't love your job, job your love. So yeah, those are all the pros. Oh wait, I feel like I'm missing some. Oh, influence, that's a big one. When you start going viral, you become influential. And this is how an influencer is born. The birth of the influencers starts on their first viral video, turns into the next viral video, the next viral video, and the next viral video. And next thing you know, bam, an influencer is born. I wouldn't consider myself an influencer. I feel like some people might call me that. When I think of an influencer, there's like a vibe, there's an aesthetic to them. I'm like the vibe without the aesthetic. Kind of. Yeah, 100% the vibe without the aesthetic. Is that my cat? Meow. I feel like people will take me more seriously if I'm holding a mug in my hand. It's like a psychological thing. Just go with it. There's literally nothing in here. Moving on, we got the scripture that comes to my mind when it comes to virality, influencer, content creating, and all of that jazz. Let me pull up my Bible. For you know very well that the day of the Lord will come like a thief in the night. What? No, that's not what I want. It was Proverbs. Pause. Here it is. It's Proverbs 3:5. It says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. I don't remember what my point of my thought or my... Why did I put that down? Oh my gosh, I can't even remember what my thought was behind that, but maybe it'll come back to me. Matthew 6:24. Let's flip there real quick. I found it. We got Matthew 6:24 here, and it says, no one can serve two masters. Either you will hate one and love the other, or you will be devoted to one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. We can simply replace the word money with any other thing in the world that you can see. Since my phone quite literally keeps running out of storage, I'm just gonna finish this video off in my car. But Matthew 6:24 is the verse that I was just talking about. You can replace the word money with basically anything that consumes your time, your energy, and all of your attention. And for many of us, that is our phones, social media, our careers, family, children, life in general, whatever it may be. We all have that thing that we worship, or not even really worship, but we all have that thing that we idolize more than we should be, our relationship and our connection with God. At the end of the day, we come into the world naked, we leave the world naked. We don't bring our phones with us to heaven. We don't even bring our materialistic items and things and houses and cars and careers. We bring other people. I am having this realization on a daily basis. And it's tough when it's somebody like me who I'm trying to dial in on social media and just lock in and see where it takes me, hoping that the Lord blesses it and gives me a place where I can depend on it. It's tough for people like me because I end up on my phone all the time. So I'm having to quite literally, detach myself from the internet a lot, whether that's setting reminders on my phone or literally just putting it down at night before bed. I can be better about this, but it's just a thing that we all do. With that said, let me move on to my next point. I love Colossians 3:23, which says, whatever you do, work at it as though working for the Lord and not for human masters. Colossians 3:23 is where we get that living for an audience of one type mindset. Like, this is applicable to whatever lifestyle you might be living, or whatever career path you might be pursuing, or whatever your hopes and dreams and goals are in life. Colossians 3:23 is just that constant reminder that if it fails, I live for an audience of one. If it succeeds, I live for an audience of one. If it goes viral, I live for an audience of one. If it flops, it's okay. I live for an audience of one. It also holds me accountable because I have to think to myself, if God, my audience of one, wouldn't approve of what I'm posting, then maybe let's not post it. Colossians 3:23 is a great takeaway when it comes to just about anything that you might be pursuing in life. It also just takes the pressure and expectation off of your shoulders to perform and to live for the approval of people. Doesn't matter. You're already approved by God. You are already worth it. You already have a purpose and it's given to you by Him. Nobody can take that away from you. And that is the beautiful thing about having a relationship with Jesus. Finding your true, honest purpose from Him and not the world, and not a relationship, and not your social media or whatever the heck it may be, you know. Anyway, I think that's all I have for this video. So yeah, next time I'll be more prepared, and hopefully I don't lose storage halfway through recording next time. I'm gonna be a little bit more prepared. That's all I have for this video. Thanks so much for tuning in. Let me know in the comments your thoughts and overall what you think about going viral. Is going viral overhyped? Like, are people chasing likes and views for personal gain? Are we losing touch with reality because of our desire for virality? I don't even know if virality is a word, to be honest. I think I just made that up, but it made sense in my head, so yeah. Anyway, see you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Bye!